Right, hello everyone, welcome to Sunday Night with Hilly, and we are here for the start of a brand new season for HRF1. Oh, I'm hearing an echo. I've got the sound turned up on my phone. Hang on, there we go. Hear me so, at least I know it's working. Um, yeah, here for a brand new season. We've had a week's break since the last one finished, and we don't hang about too much. We get on with it. You're in HRF1, so straight into the new season. Just a week break, as I say. I hope those of you that got up early enough enjoyed the real life Las Vegas Grand Prix this morning. I didn't see it, I never watch it anymore, but I am told it was a good one, so I hope you enjoyed it. I'm also told that Max was a bit of a cheat, but hey, who knows? I don't really know. Welcome to Coops, who's followed me 23 minutes ago, so thank you very much, Coops. And good evening, Mr. Massey. Welcome to a new season, buddy. Best of luck for this one. And I think it's going to be a good one. We've got some drivers absolutely brand new to the league, quite literally today, so we've got no idea of their pace or their what they're like, so we'll see how they get on, but certainly a massive welcome to Ocean Tame, London. Thatcher is not joined today, but he is new to the league, so good luck to you as well. There's more than that, but I think we're missing. Let's have a look, see how many we've got. We should have a full grid, but welcome back to all you sort of guys that have been here a while as well. Can't forget you. Mr. Bugs, good evening. Welcome, buddy. Hope you're well. And hello, Mr. Whoopi. Whoopi, my little Scottish friend. Don't forget any Xbox players tonight, which is, wow, okay. That's unusual. 18 players or 18 drivers are Xbox. If you're an Xbox player and you end up on the podium, don't forget I will invite you in for a quick podium interview at the end. So, don't ghost me. I will be inviting you. It's not nice to ghost people. So then, we are at China to start a new season. A bit different, starting the season at China, but I like it. I like China, so I definitely like it. And those tracks may not see a safety car tonight. We might see one, we might not. It's kind of one of those. Oh yes, also a quick reminder to any drivers out there, do not ready up after qualifying, and admin will ready up when it is time, but we do take a short break, which allows me to get a coffee, so do not ready up. Otherwise I'll miss the start. Deal? Okay, good. Right, okay, so let's take a look at the teams then. You can see on your screen. Here's Ocean Tame. He's not quite first out, so I always go to the driver who was first out, which looks like an Aston Martin. So the Aston Martin is Massey, in fact. A previous champion in HRF1. Only drove around about half the season last season, so sort of started the season, then had to give up a seat for a while, and then came back again. So wasn't able to win a championship because of that, too many missed races. And Gunnar is of course our champion for Sundays, and there's some way actually in the end in last season. And he, with his teammate Corey, also won the constructors, and they are of course back together again. Can't take the champions away from each other, can you? So HRF1, unlike a lot of leagues, they do sort of team up together. People choose their teammates to an extent. I mean, it's only the guys that are sort of left at the end that we sort of team up together, but most people have picked their teammates, so whether that's in order to put down a title challenge or whether it's more a sort of driving with a mate or something like that. Could be either. Our first flying lap of the season then, here with Matt. I probably should have done the hilly hop lap with him, as it's the first one, but I've missed it now, so we'll just take a look at his lap, see how he goes. I love this track, both as a driver and a commentator. Superb track. I don't understand why people don't like China. A lot of people don't. I can understand not liking the country, but I don't understand why you don't like the track. It's a beautiful track. I find certain things difficult about it, but I don't find anything difficult about a track. It's good. It's not tracks as easy as something like Austria, for example. It can get a bit boring. So Massey coming out onto the straight for the first time. Nice long straight. DRS doesn't activate till quite long up. Look, so there's the DRS activation. It's only just before the halfway point of the straight, so which is good. If it was the whole straight, everybody would be overtaking every lap. So it would just be too strong. I think China's actually got that part of it nailed down pretty well. I think they're quite good at that. Other tracks is too long. So Massey out the final corner, he gets us underway with a 1 minute 31.5. Top of my head, I think that's pretty decent for a first lap. Ocean Tame across the line, 33.8 on the medium tyre. Payella 31.7. Can I catch somebody else? I just came off of the McLaren. That was Whoopi. He's gone fastest by 13 thousandths ahead of Massey. One of the Ferraris, now that's Corey. He's invalidated. Alpha Tauri, if I can find him. That is Valungis. Here he comes. 132.8 goes P5 for the moment. We've got an Alpine on its way. Thatcher's 135.8. He's quali underway. Chris crossed the line behind him on mediums, 132.9. Here is Lycorius in the Merc. 132.889 goes, well, he did go P6, which has dropped down to P7. I think D-Bomb just crossed the line, was it? So, who else? Oh, somebody else just jumped up as I was going to, and that was Bowden. He's gone fastest, 131.5. 3 drivers in 31.5, and 4 drivers covered by nearly a tenth. Just over a tenth, sorry. Very nice. I think we've got Emre on a hot lap, and I think Corey's having another stab at it as well. Normally depends how early in the lap they invalidated last time round. If it's early enough, then you can obviously regain the energy to have another go. Do it sort of at the last couple of corners, you've got no chance of doing that, so he comes then up to the hairpin. So this is the likelihood, this is likely to be the place you're going to see most overtakes up the straight into the heavy braking hairpin. Before you head to the line on the medium tyres, 132.683 goes P7. Let's go to Emre then, he's just coming through the hairpin himself. Emre Bolduc. Goes through the final corner. That's the corner I find the hardest on the circuit, is the final corner. And I don't think most others would agree with that, but that's my personal hardest corner on this circuit. Ninth for Emre then, 132.8. Clements is out there, the return of Clements. Pretty much a full season ago, he would have been one of the fastest guys on the grid. He's recently returned after a bit of a hiatus from the game, so I'm not expecting him to be right at the top, but I still think he'll be a comfortable top 10er. Comes into the pits this time. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know where he's going to be, to be honest. He's certainly got the ability to be up the top. It depends how much track time he's got in, I suppose. So I think everybody out there... Oh no, actually, yeah. London has just started the lap, so his hot lap, first hot lap. I think Checo is on a hot lap just ahead, actually, so let's go to Checo. See, he's just ahead on track. Actually, hard to nail the final corner. That long right-hander before the long straight is why we're slow, but then I hate the whole track. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. I think that used to be my worst, and then I've just sort of, you know, I found peace with that one, but it's the final corner, because I don't know whether it's because I use cockpit view, I find it almost, not quite a blind corner, but it's close to it. I find it easy to... I don't really invalidate through it. It's more I catch the curve a bit awkwardly, and it can sometimes try and spin me round and stuff. And yeah, so I just come off a Checo then, by the way, because it just had a bit of a nasty moment. So London comes through said right-hander onto the straight. long straight there. Still, I do like the fact that DRS zone is quite far up the straight, almost halfway. A lot of other tracks could learn from that, especially Vegas. I think that's one of the main ones. Ad break coming up, guys. I'll let that one go. It's only a 60-minute ad break. 60-minute ad break. It's definitely not a 60-minute ad break, I promise you that. 60-second ad break. So you should be back with about 8 minutes still to go. Quali. So here is X11 on his return. London, by the way, was a 134.2. Did see some mistakes there, so I think he's got a lot more time in him just yet. Here is X11. I was just about to go to Hunter, but he's crossed the line, so he jumps up to P7, 132.3. Stick with X11 then for his first lap of the season. Actually, X11 is, I'm sure, he's actually moved to reserve for this season, so he's in the Haas tonight. But, yeah, he's moved to reserve for this season. He's just hopefully he's just taken a season, not a full season away. I'm sure he'll reserve plenty of times, but he's just having a bit of time away from it. This season, though, but just FYI for all of you, this will take us all the way up to the release of F1-24. Or at least that's the plan, in a way, unless they say it's going to be late. 32.8 then from X11. He joins 3 other drivers on the 32.8s. Let's go down to Monsters. In fact, we should have done a hilly hot lap with Massey, so he's just about to cross the line. So here we go. Hilly hot lap with the man currently occupying P3. DRS open, heading to turn 1. You really throw the car in. You don't actually brake until you're slightly into the corner. And then gradually just go through the gears all the way down to second. Use second for the following corner as well. Gradually get down on the power. It is quite easy to lose it on the exit there. Hopefully the car ahead of us will move out the way. Hopefully they'll move out the way. Unless that's Kemmons and he's on a hot lap. So it depends who that is. That is Kemmons. Kemmons is on a hot lap. Massey's got an unlucky. He started behind the Haas on his hot lap, but he's also on a hot lap. So unlucky for us as well. So sorry, it wasn't Kemmons. What am I talking about? It's Ocean Tame. My apologies. My apologies. Who isn't on a hot lap? Ocean. If you can hear me, you need to make sure you move out of people's way. Got coming up behind you. As Gunnar goes fastest, 131.230. Don't know why consequence is also not on the lap now, is he? Batches is down 4 tenths. Can we find anybody who's up, maybe? Here's one. Emre up through sector 1. Just over a quarter of a second. So I missed his second split time. There's the P14, so lined it out. So yeah, he's ever so slightly down on his personal best in sector 2, but he's still about quarter of a second up. Let's see what he does with the final sector. Nice final corner, right? And he improves for nearly 4 tenths in the end, moves up to P12 for the Alfa Romeo. Corey just coming up to the final corner, and he is still improving. And improves for 6 tenths and goes up to P7, so it's first and 7th at the moment. As old Bowden's into the pits. Okay. Who can we pick out then for a really hot lap this time? Get it done with Massey. So D-Bomb heading for the line now, completing his out lap. So DRS open, we crossed the line, and basically preparing for it. Well, you can see by the way he's gone all the way over to the left, already preparing for turn 1. So you throw the car in, brake down, gradually shift down, all the way down to second. Take a tight line through the apex of the corner so that you can open up the entry into the following left-hander. And then, as I said before, just a bit careful getting onto the power. It's very easy to spin out. And just over half a tenth up through sets of 1. Heavy braking right-hander. Very strange apex around there. I find it best to gear down to third and then gear to second just as you're turning in. And up flat out left, just down to 5th, as you can see from D-Bomb there. You can take that in 6th in quali or time trial, but then you've got the double left-hander. Usually down to 3rd or 4th for the double left-hander, and be careful again on the exit. We head down the small straight that takes us to the end of sector 2 and into this difficult left-right, long winding right-hander that finally leads onto the straight. Be careful not to put too many revs down, it will spin you round onto the inside. Then, as previously mentioned, almost halfway down the straight we pick up DRS again, head all the way down to the penultimate corner, which is the hairpin. Also, as with all hairpins really, there's all sorts of apexes going on there that you can hit. So ways of taking the corner, and then this awkward final corner. And you saw from D-Bomb there, he just turned in a bit too early. So he has improved by just over 3.5 tenths, and it's a nice lap from D-Bomb. He just turned in a little bit too early on the final corner, which meant he had to lift, because it would have spun him if he had stayed on the power. So we go now to the league owner, which is Hunter. Hunter, yeah, he's on a nice improvement actually. He's about 4 tenths up. We put him into the 31s, which is a minimum P8 if he goes into the 31s. He gained some more through the final sector. Oh, it's a 32.001. Actually lost a bit of time. He lost almost half a tenth in the final sector. So that's why he didn't quite get into the 31s. Got X11 just heading onto the straight. He, as well, is improving. He is, yeah, almost 2 tenths up. We'll need more to actually improve in terms of position. That's much better through the final corner from X11 to what we saw from D-Bomb. And a 4 tenth improvement. Actually did gain him a position. He nipped ahead of Emre into P13. The yellow flags out, don't worry about those. It's just, you can see actually they're on the straight. It's an Alpha Tauri, I can see it. Just minding out of people's way. Oh, can you believe this? Massey has been held up again. This time by Thatchers, who's on an outlap. Okay, I'm going to say something to chat. Okay, it's not gone anywhere, sorry, I'm just typing a message in chat. It's just about the not getting out of the way on hot laps. It's not on. So I know both guys are absolutely brand new to the league, so look, it's just sort of done something, a little bit of a telling off, but it's not a massive thing. Okay. Anyway, Paella heads to the line, he's on an improvement, he goes P2, 29 thousandths off of Gunnar. He has shown an improvement through the second sector, but he's struggling through the long right-hander that leads onto the straight. Gunnar goes faster, 31.1. Where's Bowden? He's a little bit further back on the track. So it's Whoopi next in terms of going for the pole position. So Whoopi into the final corner. Has he managed to gain anything? Oh, it's pole! Whoopi takes pole off of Gunnar. Unless Bowden has anything to say about it, he's going to need a huge improvement in the final sector to actually take pole. Can he gain anything? Chris is nicked into P4, by the way. And yeah, Bowden nicks into P3. He gets ahead of Paella Muncher by just 0.003 of a second. Craig into the pits. And, oh, Lycorius got disqualified in the end. I didn't see that. But that will mean he will start the race from the back. But congratulations to Whoopi, who takes the first pole position of the new season. Gunnar in P2, so close. So close. It's an admin battle at the front row. Bowden P3, the young man on his, I think, third season now, I think Bowden's in with the league. Might even be more. Paella on his first season with this league, the brilliant P4, only 0.003 off a third. And Chris will start in fifth. Massey sixth in the end. Obviously, I'm not going to say it's unfortunate about the two. I mean, it is unfortunate for Massey, but it's not unfortunate. It was avoidable for the other two drivers, and so we won't know where he could have gotten. So, in a way, Massey will start sixth. Kemmons, in the end, P7. So he's up where we'd hope he'd be, which is brilliant news for us because he's a fantastic racer, and we'd love to see him up there fighting potentially for podiums. D-Bomb in P8, very good driver. Hunter, P9. Craig in 10. Corey 11th in the end. Valungus in 12th. Monsters 13th. X11 14th on his reserve. Emre 15th, Ocean Tame on debut 16th, Checo 17th, London and Thatcher's both debut in 18th and 19th, Lycorius in 20th. Just quickly nit to the instance, there we go. Lycorius ended up getting disqualified for facing the wrong way. Well, I must be driving the wrong way, but he's probably just turning around after a spin. But there we go. So Agnot saying, let's lag Checo. He usually says, let's go Checo. Maybe Checo's upset him. I don't know. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, Massey. That's why I've put something in the Discord, because, yeah, I get the new drivers. We all get that, and we're all willing to give them a chance. But, yeah, you've got to, like you said in Discord, it's F1 rules. It's not the league rules. It's not the game rules. It's basic F1 rules. So, Checo, thank you ever so much. Almost a year, babe. Yeah, indeed. Thank you ever so much. You are a Hilly Channel legend, without a doubt. Got thrown off by a stock car on the line I was taking. Mr. Pugs, sorry to hear that, man. Oh, goodness me. I keep getting notifications come up and I can't scroll down. Right, no, right, when I joined he was on a hot lap, then lagged out. Oh, right, okay. I see. Let's go, Checo! There's no upset between you, that's alright then. Right, guys, as always, I'm just going to take a very short break just to grab myself a fresh coffee. I will be back very shortly, ready for the start of the race, which is going to be a good one, I promise you. See you in a minute. Right, okay. I'm back with you. As we just wait for the admin. Send away. Okay. Go time is 8:26, which is now 8:27. But still, please, drivers, do wait for an admin. In fact, there you go. Hunter has just given the let's go. Okay, so we get underway, and I guess we get to find out who the early front runners are going to be this season. And well, I think you guys might have been in a break there. So yeah, so we're going to get to see who the early front runners are going to be this season, and I think Gunnar's going to be up there again somewhere. He's actually just getting faster and faster, I have to say. It's becoming very difficult to beat his time trial times. Someone press A, for goodness sake. I love that. Lance Hunter, he's the owner, has said in chat, right, everyone, let's go. And then a minute later, Massey says, well, press A then. Just sat there. All the drivers, no, they said an admin's got to press the button. I'm not pressing it. I'm not being the one. Yes, Agner, this is a brand new season starting today. So they head off on the formation lap, guys. Now, China, it's a tyre eater, it's a fuel eater. There is potential for a two-stop around here from drivers. I think the one stop on 50% races, the one stop is the fastest strategy at all the tracks, okay? But what you might find is some drivers who may be out of positions, and one of them, looking at the tyres that they're starting on, is Lycorius at the back. He's starting on the softs. Now, I don't think he's doing that because he's planning to do a soft medium or a soft hard. I think he's planning a two-stop because of where he's starting. It will hopefully help him get through the field. Now, Yeah, so Hunter also starting on the softs from P9. I believe that he will be doing soft medium, a one-stop soft medium. Very, very difficult around here, but I know he's done it before. That's so I expect that's what he's going to try and do. We'll see. Obviously, a safety car could absolutely, completely change everything, guys. So there you have it. As if anybody wondered, because you can't look at your tyre wear on a formation lap when you're driving. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I ain't got a clue. But if any of the drivers wonder, does it actually wear your tyres? I can tell you by looking at my app that yes, it definitely wears your tyres. Weirdly, Massey on the hards has managed to take an extra % out of his tyres than anybody else. There you go. That's interesting, isn't it? Well, maybe, if you're a bit of a weird stato person like me. But, yeah, other than those two guys on the softs, the rest of the field are pretty evenly split between mediums and hards. Whoopi going hards first. As long as he survives and he holds on to the guys on the mediums in some way, that will definitely be an advantage later in the race. As we so often see on the game, it's safety car at some point does often change the strategies. Okay. Right then. Oh, he's fixed it. Okay, sorry, Agnot, I hadn't seen what you were typing. Here we go then, the lights are coming on. 3, 4, 5. Out they go and away we go. Whoopi looked like he reacted pretty well. Gunnar not bad either. Paella nips ahead of Bowden. He's got the inside for the corner as well. Well, I can't see a thing. What's going on? Okay, yeah, so Paella's gotten ahead of Bowden. Bowden under pressure now from the Red Bull of Chris as well. He comes round. Massey haven't started on the hards. Actually manages... Oh no, that was Bowden and Chris. Sorry, I thought that was Massey going past Chris, but it's not. That was Bowden and Chris still battling. But yeah, Massey won't be too unhappy with that start. He's managed to stay P6. He's got his teammate on the back of him. It's a bit awkward to switch places at the moment, but may want to do that. This stint. Paella, for some reason, his timing's glitched, but that should sort itself out next time he crosses the line. Checo and London battling away. Be 17. Looks like Checo's come out on top. London on the outside here. Stay side by side through the right-hander to go onto the straight as well, but London takes the place. Nicely done from the U2. Looked like that was Massey. That's no, it wasn't. That was a Merc. That was Bowden. Oh yes, it was. Bowden's run wide. He's dropped down to P8, and Massey suddenly finds himself up into P4. People and Bowden side by side. There's all sorts going in. It's on. It's hard to know exactly where everybody is. Chris and Hunter, 5th and 6th now. Oh, was there a little bit of contact there? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Actually, I think D-Bomb got unsettled by the inside curb, and that looked to me like it was X11 and Emre Bodok battling away into turn 1. Through P13, it looks like Emre's come out on top of that. Got a little battle going on behind. There's a bit of contact there. Ocean Tame and Craig just have a little bit of contact, but there's no real harm done, and Ocean Tame makes that one stick and it's on his way. Like Coria straight after getting past Craig, he's up to P16 already. Lots and lots and lots going on already. Again, we've just got a little timing glitch going on now it's on Paella and Massey. But again, that shouldn't matter. When they cross the line next, it should just reset itself. It's one of the very few glitches that don't seem to matter in this game. So as we head back to the front then, and as you can see, Gunnar caught the curb on the inside. I think he might have caught a little bit of grass as well, and that's really unsettled him. And I think he uses, yeah, look, Paella, quite smart there. He could have used his energy in an attempt to get past Gunnar, but instead settles for basically making Gunnar use his to keep the place. So clever that from Paella. That will, the idea being that that will aid him later on. As he shares fastest laps. Bowden making a move on Hunter. He's to the inside for turn 1. Oh my god, give me a view. And he's got that done. I think he had it done pretty much before he reached the corner, actually. Wouldn't have had DRS there. That would have been a move without DRS. Next time they go around there, they will. And of course, they're going to have DRS on the long straight as well. So, yeah, Hunter's not gone anywhere though. He's still there with Bowden, and we got yellow flags. And I think it's Lycorius. He's dropped back to the back, and that looks like it might be that. Well, that has to be damage to his front wing, isn't it? No, that just looks weird, that angle. Yeah, it is. So it's his left wing is the left side. Wait, no, actually his whole front wing is gone. Okay, so he's going to have to make his way back to the pits. We do have a full course yellow flag. The safety car is not coming out the pit, so this is a virtual safety car. A chance for guys to bring a little bit of energy back and maybe a bit of fuel. Nip. Anytime you can nip in under one of the safety cars, a virtual or a full, you can nip into the lean fuel mode and gain yourself a bit of fuel back. So some very good starts to this race. So Massey's up a couple of places there. Hunter's up 3. Corey's up 3. I don't know why there's a little change of position going on here. Again, he changes the position under yellow flags. Heading past the pits with the VSC still out and active. Nobody's chosen to pit under it. And now London's picked up a drive-through penalty. Speeding under VSC, that must have been getting close to the restart then. Lycorius, of course, does pit. Didn't have any choice, he'd lost his front wing. So there we go. Bowden and Hunter are still battling away, these two. Hunter at the point at the moment, he's still got a tyre advantage. Not a huge one because Bowden is on the medium tyre. I think we'll stick with this because it keeps going to a really awkward camera angle on the broadcast cam, so we'll just stick with this for the moment while this battle's going on. So I'm just going to nip to D-Bomb and Volungis. As D-Bomb gets past and up to P9. So here we go then. And the DRS is active, and I don't think Bowden's got it. Maybe side by side into the hairpin. I think Bowden probably be able to hold him off. Had a little lock up going into the corner there, Bowden. Straightened the car up a little bit, so meant they had a little bit of contact, but not anything major. He goes around well wide out of the final corner. And again, DRS now for Hunter. It's going to be around the outside of turn 1 this time. Has to. Oh, he's going to lose out, I think. It's to his teammate. Chris sees that as an invitation. Wow. That might not be the worst thing in the world, you know, because I bet the Soft's already starting to struggle a bit. What's he on? He's on 22% on those Soft, which is a good 5% higher than anybody else, pretty much. Well, not quite, actually. It's a little bit less than that, but still, Gunnar has taken the lead over Whoopi by the way, but that was a DRS move, of course. So, oh, a little bit of argy-bargy there from Corey on Hunter, and that allows D-Bomb through as well. Didn't look like Corey's finest moment, that one, but we'll see. Imagine they're in a party together, actually. Oh, Thatcher's 10 seconds for corner cutting, and he's out. Thatcher's is out. Now he's way off track, so surely all the way over there. How'd you manage to get over there, Thatchers? Hey, well, how's you doing, buddy? So, just want to slow chorus just to see where Thatchers was. He's well off track, and he had a pad failure the other day in another race. I wonder if he's just had another, because that's a very odd place to end up out of the race. So, anyway, here it is, Whoopi and Gunnar vying for the lead. And the Whoopi started pole and started on the hard tyre. He's actually retaking Gunnar now to retake the lead, and I wouldn't be too shocked to see these two swap positions quite a bit. The big thing's going to be, you end up with no safety cars, that Whoopi will have a tyre advantage later in the race. Just how big will that tyre advantage be, though? It's going to be the important point, I feel. And they're not the only ones in it, by the way. Paella and Massey are very much there with them, and Chris is only 2 seconds back, and he's bringing Bowden with him as well. And Corey's not far behind that, so he is actually Bowden getting past Chris. Have an unusual spot. Wouldn't be too shocked if Chris has actually allowed that to happen in order to take the DRS. Lovely view of the drivers coming around that right-hander and onto the straight. Yeah, all good, thanks, mate. Enjoying this start to the season so far, as we see a lock-up, that time from Chris, I believe. So we saw Bowden lock up into there when he was side-by-side with Hunter, but this time, side-by-side with Chris, and he locks up. Just wondering, how long will Hunter go before deciding to pit? He's on 31% now. So they're in the race, by the way. The odd thing I said on the formation lap was that Massey was seeming to wear his tyres more than those around him on the formation lap, but actually in the race it's a completely different story. He's one of the better drivers on his tyres. Not the best. Craig, as of last season, was the tyre whisperer, and he's done it again. He is a full 3% lower than anybody else at this point. So there you have it. Have we got anybody else? I think Kemmons is lining up a move on Hunter. So yeah, Gunnar, by the way, has just dropped out of 1 second to Whoopi. So is that a sign that maybe the hards are starting to come to him a little bit? Could well be. Let's just nip down to Kemmons and see this one. So I think this is going to be a real opportunity. Hunter just does a little break of the toe there, but Kemmons not taking his time and getting past, use some energy, use the DRS, locks up horrendously into the hairpin, and it looked to me like one of the drivers ahead did as well. I don't think Corey can. I think Corey uses ABS, so I think D-Bomb maybe knocks up ahead and then runs wide there ahead of us. Final corner. So let's get back up here then. It's all changed. Sorry, we should have stayed up the top really. Massey is up to P2 now. Now look at that. First and second both on the hards. Those hards are working. Clearly, they are working very well. But as they're working so well, could that mean actually starting on the mediums might have been better and you're having hards later in the race would be an advantage? We'll see. Looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow, Monday night, obviously the HRF1 Monday night division will start, and well is looking forward to that one, as am I, as we are teammates. Last time we raced together in that division we were Constructors Champions and he was the Drivers Champion, so let's we're going to see if we can do it again. We took a season off after, and then we're going to see if we can do it again. That's I must admit the division has got a lot sweatier over the last season, so we will see. We will do our best. Paella in a way through to P2. Nice little DRS overtake on the long straight. He is going to hold it, but he was just under a little bit of pressure from Gunnar. So this battling is aiding Chris. Chris was 2 seconds behind this group. Now about 1.5. So it's giving him a chance, but it looks like Bowden's going to go for a move into turn 1. It's a bit of contact. You can tell by the Mercedes driver's hand going up in the air. But the move's done. I think that was fair. And Hunter is in. Hunter has stopped. So 8 laps on those softs. 20 laps he's going to ask of these hards, which they can do. They're going to be pushing 70% come the end of the race, though. We all know, well, I assume we all know that 70% is where you're risking. That's where you start to risk the possibility of a puncture occurring. But Whoopi is taking advantage of the guys behind battling. He's now 2 seconds ahead. There's going to be a lot of position changing going on at the top here, lap after lap. Just having a little look down the field, and there is quite a lot of gaps. There's not too many battles going on further down. Alright, let's see. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything happening this lap. Yeah, Penna's taking a full half second out of Whoopi. He didn't have DRS or anything, but that was a... It's looking like he must be running low winds. Do have a battle going on down towards the bottom end, so... Well, back in the midfield, actually, I'd say this is, rather than bottom end. So... This is X11 then on the back of Craig. So the battle for P13 at the moment. There is actually one ahead of us as well. Monsters in the McLaren is on the back of the Alfa Romeo of Emre. So just see them in the background there. See the different lines there between the two drivers in that corner. I'm not sure there's any right or wrong way as such. I think there's advantages to doing it differently, but a little out of shape there from X11. That's just dropped him back actually, so let's move forward just to the next battle then, which is Emery and Monsters. A little update on the leaders for you. Paella has got into the 1 second of Whoopi at the front. They are up, they've already finished this straight, so I don't know what's on for now, but he's actually dropped Massey out of the 1 second, so Massey's 1.3 behind in third. Stills not able to do anything about Emery on that lap. So yeah, let's just move back up, because Paella looks to me like he is lining up a move on Whoopi to take the lead of this race. Now, just had a quick look at all the top 4, and in fact, top 5 have all pretty much obliterated their ERS at this stage. So, Chris in P6 has got about 40%, and he's got way more than anybody else ahead of him. And it's obviously Hunter on the fresh hard tyres, such fastest lap of the race. So he's definitely going to get a nice undercut. Problem for him is going to be later in the race when everybody's coming back at him. What you might like to see actually, Hunter, is once the undercut's occurred, there's a safety car then a little bit later on, so he gains the places from the safety car, from the undercut, but then gets to change tyres under a safety car. Probably quite like that, but we'll see if that occurs. Right, we're all back within the 1 second again in the top 4. Paella looks like he just made a little bit of a mistake there. Come back a bit. Oh, Chris so close to hitting the back of Bowden. That does really well actually not to. That was close. It was squeaky bum time. And into the pits comes Chris. Okay. So Chris is going to look for that undercut as well. I don't blame him. This undercut looks huge to me. Hunter is flying at the moment. So where will Chris come out? I think he's going to come out behind Hunter. Remember, Chris had overtaken Hunter earlier on, and actually they're going to be very close. If I just look on the right here, there is Chris coming out the pits now. So he is behind Hunter, and there was actually, despite the fact that Chris got past Hunter on track earlier on, there was actually about 4 cars between them when Hunter came in. So gives you an idea how well that undercut's just worked. It works on Chris, it must be working on those that are around Chris as well. So Shinteng picks up a pen. Monsters finally gets past Emre, but surely all he's done by making the move just there is given the DRS to Emre. So Emre's surely going to come back at him. He's just had a little trip wide as well, which isn't going to help him. So yeah, finally Monsters get past him, but Emre gets that place back. It's very close to the rear wing. Right, pit stops really are starting to happen now. D-Bomb, Boud and Gunnar are all in. And that can't be planned. Surely that's not planned. Gunnar's gone to softs. Surely that's an accident. He hasn't meant that, has he? He's going to be lightning. He's going to be absolutely lightning. He's going to take the lead of this race by a long way. But those softs ain't going to the end. He's going to have to pit again. As he comes out, Hunter's actually with him on exit. Gunnar's, albeit cold soft tyres, they will still be an incredible advantage. But this, he's got to pull a lot of... I like it. I love the fact that he switched to it. There's no way he was planning this 2-stop from the start. This is either he's accidentally put softs on, or it's a switch in strategy. I love it. I love it. So 16 laps. We must be looking to do 8 laps on this. Yeah, you must be looking to do 8 laps on these softs and then 8 laps on another set. He must have another set of softs available to him. And the leaders don't pit. But that's just playing into Gunnar's hands. Gunnar's got a nice 3-second. Gunnar's got a nice 3-second lead at the top. Sorry, what am I saying? I was trying to say Gunnar's got a nice 3-second gap to drive into. That's for longest pits. And I'm struggling to know exactly where to look at the moment. It's surely Paella will be in this lap. I'm amazed he carried on. I'm amazed he didn't react to Gunnar. But in a way, kind of doesn't matter because now Gunnar's switched strategy. He presumably wasn't really reacting to him because they're going to be on completely different tyres. Surely Paella will switch to the hards to the end. I wonder if Paella feels that the hard tyres at the moment have a bit of an advantage, so rather than undercut him by pitting early, he's going to stay out and do the same amount of laps on his hards that the other guys are going to do on their mediums, and in that way he might have a little bit of a... He might have a little bit of an advantage. Schooner's just got past Craig, so he's already up to P8. He's 1.8 off the Monsters. So he's not holding him off at all. Into the pits, by the way, is Corey, who's coming off the mediums. That will be a straight medium to hard strategy. Paella has stayed out again. And I'll say it again, these guys are completely playing into Gunar's hands here. Gap 10.8 for Gunnar to catch Kemmons, which is even worse for the front guys, because this now means Gunnar's got 10 seconds of clean air in front of him. Not Vasta any better, really. He's only had to overtake one driver, I think. Maybe two. A little bit battle. He had a little battle coming out of the pits with Hunter. But other than that, anyway, he's got a nice gap. He'll continue on. Let's switch to an actual battle. Got one here. This is Bowden on the back of X11. Oh, careful, Bowden. You've got super fresh tyres. He hasn't. Goes for a switchback to move onto the straight. Yeah. Gets it to work. Chris looks like he's... Oh, he did look like he was going to follow through on him. But look at this. X11's coming back. Bowden did have DRS, but look at the overspeed that X11's got. And now Chris had it. This is mad. Oh, I can't get a camera angle. Come on. Meanwhile, they were catching Craig as well. That's mad. Into the pits is Whoopi, who's pitted before Paella Muncher, despite starting on the hards. Perhaps Paella is more wary about trying to cover off a potential safety car rather than pitting. Surely he will react to Whoopi though. Here we go then. Oh. Okay, so Bowden's got to the front of this group. He will try and get away. But Chris looks like he's going to go around the outside of the fast left-hander. And ahead of Craig he goes, so he's still on the back of Bowden. Whoopi back out there. Makes his way past Hunter, so does Dom. So, all that undercut work from Hunter already looking... Oh, that looked like that was going to get close, but... No, right, okay, Whoopi on the fresh mediums, getting past X11. Whole train of cars here, look. Heads up, Paella's mediums are on 66%. And in he comes. Right, Paella is in. Guna's gone. And... disappeared somewhere. Whoopi is past Paella. Paella's pitted to softs. I didn't see that come in. He's doing a medium to soft strategy. I did not see that coming. But this is disaster. This is disaster for Paella, who has come out. Oh, Paella, careful. I think that will come back on you, Paella. It's the owner of the league that you've touched the back of there and may go off track. And I think that will be a penalty coming your way. You've got to be so careful. Okay, you're on fresh softs. That doesn't give you a right over other drivers just to get past. See an overtake going on ahead of us as well. That's his D-bomb. See making a move on Craig. Into the pits are Massey and Clements. Clements had a fantastic first stint, and in comes Craig as well. Service there. Right, so Gunnar leads by 6 seconds over Bowden, who has undercut his way through the second. But he's going to come under immense... Well, he's already under pressure from Chris, but he's going to come under immense pressure from Whoopi if he can get past Chris. There's Paella, and there's contact going on there. I just wanted to move to Paella, who's making the move on D-Bomb. He's up the inside, so he will be after Whoopi now, but Whoopi is 4 seconds up the road. Whoopi needs to train on that, lay round on that fast right-hander, lean into the double left. So, right at the moment, see, this is the problem. Gunnar is 5 laps into his 8-lap stint on these softs, what is presumably an 8-lap stint, and he's gradually, very gradually, but he is gradually losing time to Bowden, who's on hard tyres. So the fight back he's going to have to do in the last 8 laps on the second set of tyres, it's going to be huge if he's to win the race. Here's Paella, sets fastest lap of the race, and I just don't think Paella's tyres are going to... I mean, he'll be able to get them to the end, he'll nurse them through to the end, but they're not going to have any pace. They've got pace now, in the early stages of the stint, but as we can see with Gunnar's tyres, once you reach sort of lap 5, lap 6, they're beginning to struggle. Wait, Bowden and Whoopi. This for P2. And just having a look, so in terms of top speed, Bowden's top speed slightly higher than Whoopi's, not by much. And DRS should counteract that quite easily, so I don't think there's any real way that Bowden can fight this off. He has more energy, but there's no real point in trying to use it to battle. Because use your energy up. He's only going to do the same next lap and get your next lap, so ultimately, if he gets that done and is up to P2, Bowden down to 3. Behind us, Paella, and Chris was managing to fight with Paella a little bit there, but Paella does make his way through and is now up to P4. I'm trying to work out where Gunnar might come out. 5.5, 6, 7.2, 7.8. Just call that 9 seconds. 12, 15. I've got to be honest, guys. I think he comes out somewhere around Emre, Boduk in P11. That's at the moment, of course. That's at the moment when Whoopi's just taken over half a second out of him. He's set to 1. I think Gunnar's switch in strategy certainly has made this interesting, but it's looking like it's going to backfire at the moment. He's going to be super fast in those last 8 laps. But I don't think fast enough to... I don't even think he's going to be able to fight back to a podium, is my honest thoughts on that. So let's just go to Paella, who's now on the back of Bowden. Seems to have very good straight line speed, does Paella. Well, actually, his top speed's actually a little bit lower than Bowden's. I think Bowden's going to fight this one. He's still there. He's very much still there. There's a little bit of a lock-up. There we go, Paella into P3. One thing I've noticed with sim racing on Formula 1, obviously the rule of Formula 1 is that you must leave a car's width of space when you're overtaking another driver. So, or any driver you're alongside of, you must leave a car width of space. Now, obviously that rule is you must leave at least a car width of space. It doesn't mean you know, you don't get penalised for leaving more than that. So it's one thing I've noticed in sim racing. Everybody wants to push the limits at all times. You don't need to leave. You can leave 2 car widths. It's absolutely fine to do. I wish we'd see a bit more of that, if I'm honest. Racing. But, Bowden on the pit straight managed to get back past with the DRS up to turn 1. And this is going to be Paella's problem. So he's going to get, presumably on this long straight coming up, he'll get back past Bowden again. But his problem for me is going to be how on earth, as these softs get more worn, is he going to catch Whoopi? Now, if Gunnar is doing what I thought he was doing and switching to a 2-stop, he's in this lap. Now things have gone a little bit wrong. I wonder if he might try and push the tyres out. He can't. He can't. He's in. He's in. I just took a look at the app, guys. He was on 53% on his softs. He quite literally couldn't have. That would suggest they would have been on 106%, which obviously they can't be. They can't do. So now Massey's having a look at Bowden. He's on the outside of turn 1. It's going to give me a horrible picture again. It's going to give him the inside of turn 2 though. Through he goes, and turn 3. Careful on the power, but nicely done from Massey. He is now onto the podium provisionally. And Gunnar, by the way, did in fact exit right behind Emre. I'm quite good at that, aren't I? I kind of pride myself on that a little bit. I feel kind of good that I managed to call that so close. He's literally come out right. There he is, Emre. He was right behind him. He's just made the move. And next up the road will be his teammate, but his teammate is 7.6 seconds up the road from him. It's just one driver, and then he's got another 3 seconds nearly to D-Bomb. And talking of D-Bomb, this is D-Bomb, who's on the back of Kemments. I think Kemments not long got past. I have to say that Kemments has driven brilliantly tonight. Absolutely brilliantly. He's a driver that me and will know from when we did the season where he won the Constructors that he couldn't race every race, but whenever he did race, he was always very, very quick on F1-22. So in this year's game, doesn't seem to have the same pace, but he does sort of you can see the skill set's just still there for Kemments. He just needs more track time. He's still got the ability to get used to the game, I think. All the rest of us have had 5 months pretty much now. Can you believe it's 5 months since this game was released now? He's mad. So Massey up into P2 as Paella. 6 laps he's done on those softs. You could see with Gunnar that 6 laps he was losing time to Whoopi on the mediums, so I think that is a pretty... Well, this is going to be a pretty rough position now for Paella. I think, personally, I don't like saying this, but I think he might have thrown away a podium tonight by going to the softs, but I think if he'd have switched to the hards, he'd have been guaranteed a podium. We will never know, of course, but we'll see. We'll see, because the one thing he does have in his favour is that Bowden and Chris are the 2 cars behind him, directly behind him, and they are on 10 and 11 lap old hards, so it's not as if they've got brand new fresh tyres or anything. They'll be feeling it a bit already as well. There's Kemments up the inside, a little bit of a lock-up going into the hairpin, but up the inside of Chris. And through he goes. I'm going to call it now. I think Kemments can get a podium here. I think he could take the 3rd place off of Paella. And I'm going to say this, if Kemmons takes that third place and stays penalty free, I'm giving him driver of the day. Just to update you all with that, there's a little bit of a change this year. So last season, driver of the day, I would give a streamer driver of the day, but there's no real point to it. It was then voted for in the actual Discord, and then the winner of the vote got an extra point. This season, my driver of the day also gets an extra point. So, and just to clarify, that was not my idea. Despite being an admin in the league, that was not my idea. I didn't put it forward. Gunnar decided. Was it Gunnar or Whoopi? I think it was Gunnar decided on that one. That's what he wanted to happen. Talking of Gunnar, he is on the back of Corey. He's charging. So he's closed up the... I can't remember what it was now, about 7 seconds, wasn't it? 7.5 seconds. I think it was 7.6. But Corey as well, as teammate, moves out the way. And that allows Gunnar now to chase D-Bomb. I wouldn't have thought he's going to have too much problem catching D-Bomb. It's going to be after that, I think, where the problems begin. Any other battles? Where might we have another battle? Monsters on the back of Emre, because the top boys all sort of split out. I'd love to try and get everybody if I can. But let's go down to London, who is right on the back of Ocean Tame. So these are two brand new drivers to the league. Lovely to see lap 25 are both going still. And they're having a little battle together. And albeit for P17, remember, these guys might not notice, they might not have had a chance to look through the whole Discord yet, but everybody who finishes in this league does score points, so as long as they keep going to the end, they will get points. P17 is indeed worth 4 points, so here goes then. DRS will open. Just moves to the outside. Side by side into turn 1. Still going into 2. And they've done well there. Nice bit of racing. I think London's come out on top. Oh no, Tame's ended up on top. So don't know. It seems to take them a little while to come out of there. Maybe something happened when they were off camera. I don't know. But they are through in a way. That was a nice little bit of racing from those two. But, yeah, in terms of battles, this is the only... Well, this one and the 2 Alpha Tauris, in all fairness, Lungus and Craig, are also within a second of each other. But being teammates, I wouldn't imagine they will fight too hard. 12-13 may not seem like the greatest result for the 2 Alpha Tauris, but it does carry a nice amount of points, so they don't want to sort of ruin the starts of the season by doing that. That will still see them, I reckon, about 6th in the Constructors after this race. But Craig does go through, and Lungus, I think, allows that to happen. Craig, obviously, on the 8-lap mediums, has a chance, perhaps, to catch the battle ahead of them. Still only the one driver with a penalty today, which I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a surprise around China. I know we've got 3 laps left yet, but about to be 2. There's Massey on the straight. I'm just going to go back to that. I think these two are still battling away. Ocean Tame in London. I say Agnet. Checo's had a quiet one still, but I've not really seen him. I do apologise about that, but that all comes from sort of depends where you are and in terms of battles and things like that. And if you're not in one, you do tend to go under the radar a bit. But Ocean Tame in London still battling away. They're having their own battle at the back, and that's good. That's good. They've got someone to battle. They're having fun. Good to see. Hunter. She made another stop. I didn't notice that, but he made another stop, and that's really drops him down currently to P15. He's on the back of X11. He's already 6 laps in on these softs, so they're not going to be feeling good. So Massey is edging towards Whoopi. Now, time's getting on a bit. He needs to be... Well, Massey knows what he's doing, but he needs to get within that 1 second for the final lap to have a chance. We've got yellow flags, apparently. I can't... Oh, it's an Alfa Romeo. Oh, it's Emre. It's Emre's round. That looked like it was coming out of turns 2 and 3. Emre round. Checo closing in on him. I don't think there's any damage there. No. In fact, looking down the app I've got by the side of me, there is no drivers have any damage at all. And I'm just having a quick look at the fuel. It doesn't look to me like any drivers are going to struggle to get to the end fuel-wise. I think they're all okay. 2.4 is the lowest, and there's a couple of drivers on that. But so Chris and Monsters are on that. But I think that's enough. So we are on the final lap. Can Massey somehow... Kemmons and Bowden. Who's the yellow flag? It is Bowden. It's Bowden. Bowden is off and round at the final corner. Well. Oh, Bowden, what have you done? You've retired on track. Why have you done that? Don't make things worse. That says to me that there's been a contact there, guys. I think that's been an instant. Potentially with Kemmons, maybe. Why is he retired on track? So silly. Well, Massey's got within the 1 second, but surely, with no energy especially, it's just going to be too far. He will be looking back to quali, I think. The 2 laps he got blocked on, and it meant only his first lap counted. So, he'll look back to quali, maybe feel that that's made a huge difference in today's race, but ultimately he has finished second. It's a brilliant race for Massey. Whoopi takes victory though from McLaren on the opening day of the season. Paella P3 does hold on to that final podium spot. Kemmons P4 in a superb drive. Didn't quite get that podium. I did say if he gets the podium I'll give him driver of the day. Do you know what? I'm going to give him driver. Oh, I don't know actually. Hang on a sec. I'll announce it at the end. Let me just watch everybody over the line. So, Chris P5, Gunnar P6 in the end. Strategy just didn't pay off for him. D-Bomb P7, Corey P8. Good racing, Corey. Craig P9, Monsters P10, X11 P11. X11 P11, of course he is. Valungus P12, Hunter P13 in the end. Checo in 14, Emre P15, Ocean Tame will bring the car home, but it looks good in P16. He's had a wonderful battle with London for the second half of this race. The penalty though for Ocean Tame will mean that London nicks the place on the penalty count back. But so London P16, Ocean Tame P17, and Lycorius, all I can say is fair play to you, buddy, for keeping on going. He knows they're worth points. He gained an extra point at the end because Bowden retired on track, and that will be a severe penalty for Bowden for that one. But there we go. That is the opening race of the season over. No safety cars. Hardly any incidents. There was a little tangle between a few drivers, but there wasn't much. Not really anything to write home about, if I'm honest with you. But this could easily be a ticket-free race. I think there might be one. I think Hunter might put one in. But, yeah. Close but no cigar, Massey. Absolutely. Needed 1 or 2 more laps. Brilliant start to the season, everyone. I absolutely echo that. I thought that was fantastic. Well done, lads. I really enjoyed that. Massey, I'll get you into the interview now. So let me. That's enough of the drenching each other in champagne. Just to say, Paella Muncher takes the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 33.9. My driver of the day goes to. Oh, do you know what? I am going to give it to him. It's going to be Kemmons. Kemmons is my driver of the day. In all fairness, it could be any of the top four for me. I think any of you boys could take that, and it would be a fair result. But I'm going to give mine to Kemmons. Now that will mean that he cannot win the driver's driver of the day, but it will be voted for in Discord. Okay, you can only win one of them, so he gets my driver of the day and we'll get a point for that. There will also be a driver's driver of the day, which will be voted for in the Discord. So please make sure you put your votes in. But what a start to the season. There's a few penalties picked up at the end there. Of Lungus. Oh, it's disappeared on me now. Oh. There we go. Right. Who we got? Just Massey at the moment. Come on. There's Paella. Whoopee. Come on, Whoopee. Here he is. Excellent. Right, guys. Right, you should be able to, in the party menu, just tick the box to include your audio. For me, please. All done?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
Right. Okay, Paella, I'm going to come to you
Hello.
first. Congratulations, mate. Podium on the first race of the season. Drove really well. I think you may have made a little mistake by switching to the softs for your second stint. I think you should have gone to the hards, but you still ended up with a podium. So fair play to you, mate. So take us through your race.
Yeah, I just thought I'd do something different, to be honest. I saw Gunnar pit really early, and I didn't really want to follow him straight in because I thought it was a bit too early. And then I sort of got to a certain point where I was like, I might as well stay out for the softs because my tyres felt quite good. But yeah, it's definitely a mistake at the end there. My tyres were feeling awful.
Yeah. I noticed with Gunnar because he switched to the softs. They were literally after about 5 laps, they looked like they were starting to struggle a bit, and then 6-7 laps they were losing time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you only
Massey
had the
went past
11s to
me.
do, so you know, yeah. So you just
As
lost
soon as
out on
Massey went past
P2.
me, I was yeah, just awful. Couldn't keep up with him.
Other than that, how did you find the race? Was there any knocks, any
Yeah, it's a
incidents
good
or anything?
race. I'm not the biggest fan of China. I had a little bit of an incident. I came out of the pits behind 3 people going free wide into turn 1, so I was slowed down a bit there on the outlap. But I think a little bit better outlap in the lap after, and didn't have that tangle with Bowden. I think I might have been able to stick with Whoopi, but
Yeah.
ifs and buts.
I think you had a little tangle on the straight as well with Hunter as well. I think.
Yeah, my outlap was a bit messy. I had so much pace, but there was just too many cars sort of side by side in front of me. They're just moving roadblock. Yeah, I think Hunter and a couple others. There was just
The thing is, you came out on the fresh sauce, and you've suddenly gone from having no grip to incredible amounts of grip compared to everybody that you know
I think my
around.
mediums. I went in with my mediums on about 75% tyre wear or something like that, and I went on to fresh softs. It was a bit
Yeah,
of a shock.
I can confirm you were on 70%. I can confirm because I looked
Yeah.
when you pitted. So,
Yeah.
there we go. Well, congratulations anyway, mate. Very good start to the season for you and your
Cheers.
team. So well done, Matty. I'll come to you. Obviously, I know the evening didn't start so well for you with qualifying, but you still qualified okay from your first run, so you're still up there. But you've ended up P2, and it was a brilliant race. And I do feel, yes, you are robbed a little bit. I think you are robbed me not giving you driver pay a little bit. But I wouldn't be surprised if you get voted a driver's one. To be fair, but yeah, take us through yours then, buddy.
Yeah, qualifying was frustrating, but it happens. I had a good, despite being on the hards, I think my first lap was a really good one because I was up to P4 by the end of it. I knew I had to get some positions early because I couldn't let the top 3 get away. I know from a past race around here and looking at TTs, Whoopi is fecking quick here. So I thought, I can't let these guys get away. So I just stuck in the DRS for a bit. Had some really good battles with Paella, with Guna. I just couldn't quite get close enough to Whoopi at any point until the last 2 corners of the last lap. So yeah, I'm over the moon. I wasn't expecting to finish on the podium. Looking at the people around this Sunday division has suddenly become quite sweaty.
Yeah.
So, and it's all about consistency. You know, I just want to get some consistency, some pace back after missing a load of time last season. So, onwards and upwards.
Yeah. Absolutely, and it's a good start to the season. Strong result for the team as well, and yeah, all in all, I think a job well done tonight. And as you say, this man Whoopi is pretty quick around here. We'll give him that one.
Yeah.
But you know, so you've minimised it by finishing P2 because I've got a funny feeling you two might be battling a lot this season.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Right, Whoopi, race win. You've won the start to the first race of the new season. Fantastic race around China for the league, and very well managed. And you're another one that really you robbed me not giving you driver of the day, but you know you've won. You've got enough points, so you know. Yeah, no, I gave it to Kemmons, and if you watch it back, then Kemmons absolutely deserves it as well. So,
where did he qualify?
He was P10, I think.
Was it his midfield, wasn't he?
Yeah, so yeah, finished fourth, and he's just getting back into the groove, isn't he? He's had some time away from the game, and he's getting back into the groove, and no doubt, a few races time, he'll be fighting for podiums all the time. So, yeah. Anyway, your race. Take us through it.
Well, obviously I went the alternative strategy to start on the hards, went to the mediums. I literally just dropped all my ERS. I heard you saying on the stream, I just dropped my ERS to try and keep with the medium runners as best I could, and that's why I was swapping places with Gunnar a lot until he pitted, and then I just managed the gap. It was around about like 2 seconds, dropped before I pitted, and then worked the way through the traffic and managed to maintain my gap at the front, and then Massey was hunting me down. So that was basically the whole race. It was just being hunted in the second stint.
Yeah. Yeah, because you did pit a little earlier than the others that were around.
Yeah, I pitted, I think Massey had 2 lap fresher tyres, so it did make the difference towards the end. I reckon maybe 1 or 2 more laps he would have had me.
Yeah, it was looking that way. Just gotten within DRS range going on to the final straight, or the long straight for the last lap. So you've got to think the next lap, by the time he's had DRS down the pit straight as well, if there was another lap, he probably would have been there or thereabouts. But yeah, it was definitely a really good race. So it was interesting as well. Gunnar switching to the 2-stop made it even more interesting.
I don't think he meant it, did he?
I don't know.
Not by the sounds of it.
I've not talked to him. I did say that on comms. I don't know. I did say I don't know whether he's whether that's an accident or whether he's actually switched to the 2-stop. But it made it interesting to see what you could do. But the fact
I was debating the 2-stop as well.
When everybody's pit stops, when it all sort of came out, everybody had taken their stops. He only had a 6-second lead, despite the undercut with the softs, and he didn't really have any traffic, so it just didn't work that well. But I was going to do if he had like 10, 12 seconds, that might have made it interesting.
Yeah.
You were going to go soft, medium, medium. I think the pit lane's just a little too long here. I think a couple seconds less. I think
it said it was like something like 6 seconds slower for me on the to the 1-stop. That's if I did soft, medium, medium, not medium, soft, soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only time it might actually pay off is, you know, if you've had something's happened to you in qualifying and you're further down the order than you normally expect to be, and you've got to make your way through the field sort of thing, then it can really help to 2-stop then. But yeah, I think pit lane just a little bit too long here. But in a way, fantastic race. Well done to everyone pretty much. I think that was a fantastic race. A little bit disappointed. Bowden had a bit of a spin at the final corner towards the end of the race and then retired on track, so that's not so good, Bowden. And a penalty will be coming your way. But other than that, pretty good. Even down to the two guys at the back stayed close together, so they were having a whole battle all the way to the end of the race, which was fun. So yeah, it was good for everyone, I think. Right, Whoopi, you're the admin. So where are we next week?
We are at, I believe it is
Singapore. 'Cause I
Yeah,
looked at it before.
yep, Singapore.
Ah, okay. So that's a completely different type of track. But it's a great track. Yeah,
It
you all
is.
like that one, right? You all like that one.
Yeah,
I've not done it on this game, so
Have you
since they've
not?
changed the layout, I've not
it's
done
a
it.
good one on this game. Very good.
Wow. It's been good on all the games it's been in, I think. That's always been a favourite of mine.
Yeah,
What
it was
about
good
you,
last game.
Paella?
Yeah, it's all right, but I'm only a reserve, so I probably won't do it next week. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, stay away.
Yeah.
You're too quick.
Sorry,
You've got
mate.
to do it
I'm
next
full
week.
time on Monday, but I
Oh,
was
you
going to do
reserve.
it. But
Sorry,
yeah,
I didn't
I was
realise you were
in-
reserve.
yeah. I mean, I might switch to Monday if Sunday's as quick as they're saying. Or the other way around.
Mondays is probably even quicker. So
Yeah. So I might switch to Sunday to have a chance of competing, but also.
no, in all fairness, no, I think both leagues are quick this year. So but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah,
both tiers are
definitely.
similar pace. You've
Yeah,
got Fairley on Mondays, he's quite quick.
yeah, and a couple of other AMS guys
Chaldinho.
now as well. They're all going to be quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, they might dominate actually AMS. But I've got a couple of them, not the guys that are in this league, but I've got a couple of AMS guys in another league, and they're rapid, absolutely rapid. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, thanks to everybody that's watched along with me and kept me entertained. Thank you to my new follower, Coops. So thank you very much for joining, and also thank you to Checo for the sub. Very, very kind of you. So thank you very much. Myself, guys, I will be back for commentary on Tuesday at 8 o'clock for WAOF1. I will also be doing commentary now on Wednesdays for WAOF1 as well, so come and join me for that one. Other than that, tomorrow night it will be Kinners who will be doing the commentary for the Monday Night Division here in HRF1, so that will be shared in the Discord, so make sure you join for that, because it's going to be brilliant. We're at Spain for the first race tomorrow night, so it's going to be great. Anyway, guys, good night, God bless, enjoy the tiny bit that's left of your weekends, and I'll see you soon.
Cheers.